Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the lab equipment that's going to be on your Quizlet, but you don't need to 100% know its function. It's kind of like I show you, here you go, this is what you need to see if you ever see it in the future. So the first one is a Buret. What this is used for, it's used for in titrations to determine the, essentially the purity or the concentration of a specific compound or material, chemicals as well. So when you think about this in the industry, when I worked in the industry, this was used to determine the purity of a raw material that might have gone into your Aleve or your Advil. In order to hold that and to perform that titration, you need a Burette Clamp. So this would go onto your ring stand, and what would be held in there would be your Buret. So you pop this open, and the Buret would be held in there. And then you could perform your titration. The other thing you may see, but you won't have to use 100%, is a volumetric flask. And essentially with a volumetric flask, you should see that there's a little white line, okay, little white line right about here. And if I put any liquid up to that white line, I have exactly 100 milliliters, because this is a 100 milliliter volumetric flask, okay, 100 milliliters of that specific substance. So this is good to be used when we are going through and making solutions of some sort, or we're trying to get something to a specific concentration. The final one is going to be your wash bottle. You do need to know this one just to recognize it, but essentially this would be filled with deionized water, and this would be used to wash down your glassware if necessary in between trials. So these are some of the glassware that you need to, the lab equipment that you need to know about for this class. Now that you've done this, go ahead and fill out your assignment in your digital notebook.